Some say this is the best breakfast burrito-based LinkedIn live show on the planet. Others say it's okay. Burritonians around the world, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, it's time to come together. It's Thursday. It's 7:45 a.m. This is the big live breakfast burrito!
That was absolutely fantastic. That black run was incredible. What do you think, Matt?
What a run!
How did you get here so quickly, Vanessa? I thought we were all doing it together.
Well, I sort of did more of like the kind of like après ski kind of. I didn't get involved with the actual skiing, but
I did the skiing part of the ski holiday.
But I just did the après skiing. I think I've nailed that, frankly. How are we both? Did you have fun?
Well, in the spirit of seamless shows and the show must go on and all that. Bit of a nightmare because at 7:43, all the power went off in my house.
Goodness me, nothing like going to the wire, is there?
My point is that we might lose this show again because like literally 4 minutes ago there was no power in the house, no Wi-Fi, no lights, no nothing. So, yeah. In fact, talking about lights, everything's gone off. So everything I had set up was thrown into total drama. Anyway, we're here now, right?
We are here now.
We're here. Absolutely. I've had my fondue going for a while.
How are you getting on with that?
Well, it says stick the cheese in, light the light, which I've done, but nothing's really happening.
You put a bag of mini Baby Bell in your...
No.
It's not like a tea bag.
That worked better in rehearsals. That was a bit funnier in rehearsals. That one.
I don't. Yeah. I don't think
Just someone with a sign to say laugh.
Exactly. Pay your bills, Eric, says Graham. Look at all these lovely people. Let's have a rundown and a welcome. Kirsty Matthews, great to see you. Scott Petrie, Penny Tyler, the mad scientist. There she is. She said she would come along, and she came along. Adam's here. Slessor's here, keeping it real. Buenos dias, Borratoni and Susan Todd. Lovely to see you. Debbie, Paul, Graham, Jay, brilliant. Keeping it real. Nick, hope you're feeling better, man. Nick's not feeling too great. Dr. Geraldine Matthews Smith, Clark Bowles, Richard Smith is here. Paul Cutler. Look at all these lovely people. It's absolutely brilliant. Tiba's here. Tiba was at a brilliant concert last night in Copenhagen. Awesome. And we're going to play some of that band's music a little bit later on.
Cool.
So for everyone who knows the show, hi Nathan, good to have you with us. Nathan, have we had Nathan before? I don't recognise Nathan's name.
No, I don't.
Oi oi, he says. Oi oi, I like that. That's a good start.
Where'd you come from, Nathan?
Yeah, where are you from? Tell us where you're from. So good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Doyle, and this is your big live breakfast burrito with
me, Vanessa Gartell,
and
me, Matt Pybus.
Yeah, and we're. My blood pressure's through the roof. I need to relax and chill out. So thanks for joining us. If you've been with us for a while, you know what to expect. This is your Thursday morning energizer, your good run into the weekend. New guy. Where you from, Nathan?
Stoke. Very nice. Welcome, Nathan.
Hey, you're
Stoke. Brilliant. If you're new, do what Nathan's just done. Tell us that you're new. Tell us that you're new to the show, and we'll give you a bit of a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out here. There's look interchats going on. Yo, Nicholas from Penny. It's just like people just having chats internally, doing their own thing. Pay attention. Yes. Pay attention, Penny Tyler.
Oh, good morning to Rob. Good morning to Adam. I think Rob's definitely a new Burrito.
Rob Dixon. Dixon, let's get you up in lights, Rob Dixon. Great energy. Yeah, absolutely. There was no energy 4 minutes ago. None at all. Lots
of nervous energy.
Lots of nervous energy. There was a Code Brown moment. Brown.
Oh dear, Eric.
There was definitely a Code Brown.
Loads of new people. I'm loving it. Good morning to Dan.
I want to know whether
It reminded me of the young pilot who gets into difficulties when he's flying the plane, and when he's describing his position to the control tower who's trying to help him, he says, "I don't know where I'm heading or what position I'm going, but I know I'm upside down." "How do you know that, pilot?" "The diarrhea is running out of my collar." I'm trying to infringe upon Craig Allen territory. Right. Okay. If you don't know how this works, this is all about fun and having a nice time. We play some music. We've got music coming up today.
This is exciting.
It is very exciting. So the theme is travelling and holidays and all of that. So I thought it would be good to get a bit of this going. The most requested song. No.
Oh,
hey, everyone. Oh, anyone for tennis?
Anybody remember the Young Ones version when they ripped this off?
Yeah. Phew, that was close.
Absolutely.
Cliff. Or we could get a bit more funky. Come on. We're actually going to play a bit of this. Let's get the shoulders relaxed. Come on. Everybody's sitting there. Close the door. Look around. No one's looking. Let's get a bit of the shoulders going. Oh dear, says Barry Kilo. First time for a while, Eric. Colin Manson's back. Let's have a look at Colin. Still over in Dubai, Colin? Still in Dubai, or are you back in Blighty?
The last thing I saw of Colin, he was pulling weights on LinkedIn on along the garden.
Exactly. The man's nearly 75 years old, and he's pulling all those weights. It's amazing. Let's get the shoulders going. That's it. Ow! Pulled a muscle in my neck. So I thought a bit something like that, and then I thought we could get ultra cool. See what I've done?
Oh yes, we are having this.
Totally.
Too much thumping for me.
Oh no.
Still in Dubai. Good to see you, Colin, man. Good to see you. Just going to let this start, and we're going to relax a little bit. We've got an amazing show lined up. We've got prize giveaways. OGV Taproom are back, giving us away drinks to give out to spend. We're their hard-earned profits at OGV Taproom. So we're going to give away drinks tokens. We've got a new grand prize sponsor this week, the brilliant Michael Scott at MPW Accountants. £100 Argus voucher. No, it's not.
It's you want me to do it for you, Eric?
Pop down to Woolies and bag yourself a little.
And relax. It's £100 Amazon voucher.
Which is extremely generous. That's our
from the brilliant Michael Scott, MPW Accountants, who we're going to be talking a wee bit more about later on. There's the lovely Dan from OGV Energy and OGV Taproom and OGV Podium and all the OGV things. We've got, what else have we got? We've got Tells a Story, Craig Allen's back, Matt Rants. What are you ranting about this week?
People on trains or people generally that have their phones on speakerphone and let everybody in the conversation.
Okay.
Right, okay, cool. Yeah. I think I'm probably with you on that, so that's good. We'll come back to you on that. We've got What's the Point, where we ask you just what's the point of. We've got It Could Be You, if you want to come on and say hi, if you want to come on and tell us about something cool you're doing, raising money for charity. If you want to just tell us, what you're doing with your weekend, that's cool. Just type Get Me On. I'll send you the link, and you get 2 minutes on the show as a guest. And
as it's a travel one, that's actually a really nice link for those Baritonians that are abroad. Let's see how
abroad. Exactly. Andrew Slesser has made a playlist of today's selections because he's phenomenal, just like that. We've got It's a Matter of Fact with Simon Wells. We've got Word of the Week with Antonia. We've got Thirsty Thursdays with Vanessa. We've got What's the Point, as I said. Help a Grad hasn't gone so well. Started off well. Can't get any grads to come on. But here's the flip side. If you know a grad out there who just wants to come on and give us 2 or 3 minutes uninterrupted selling themselves, TGI Fridays style, hi, I'm such and such, I do this, I do that. We've got 2 people that have contacted the show saying, if you put a grad on and they're local to me, I'm probably going to start them.
I mean, that's amazing.
People, that's so get your grads on the show and we'll get them done. Anyway, this is your Thursday morning energizer. This is your burrito flavoured run into the weekend, and we are going to start. Now, for those that know the show, we usually start with a little bit of a cerebral uplift just to calm everything down before we go too mental. We usually have the Bard of Baritonia, but in true style, when we decide to do a travel show, he's off on his travels. He's off on his travels,
Not
right?
back that up.
So he's over in French France doing some major coaching and having a nice time. So we thought, well, we'll just scrap Poetry Corner. No.
Yeah.
One of the Baratonians puts his hand up and says, "I'll jump in. I'll do a bit of that. That's absolutely fine." So
We
welcome
got
the
a
new
superstar.
Bard of Baratonia, Richard Urich. Good morning. How are you?
And I'm on holiday too.
You
are
are
in-
Richard.
you're in
Very
Tenerife.
good.
This isn't my kitchen. This isn't any old kitchen. This is a Tenerifan kitchen.
This is a Marks and Spencer's kitchen.
Yeah, flat. It's actually a green screen.
So you're in Tenerife on Halls.
I'm coming back today. If I sound a bit throaty, it's because final night was last night. You know, tequila wasn't such a good idea at 10:30 last night.
That's a lovely thing to just cap off an evening, isn't it? It's a lovely
Yeah.
tequila. Yeah.
The nightclub until
Love
early
it.
hours.
You're as well as all of your many talents and your amazing history. Go on and check out Richard's profile and have lots of time in television, lots of time in media, doing all that great stuff. You're also a bit of a poet, right?
Well, I've got big boots to follow with the Baratonian bard, haven't I? So that's going to be a challenge. But I scribble a bit, yeah. You know. I
So
jot
have you
down.
have you penned something specific for the show? How are you going to take this? This is your feature.
Well, of course, yeah. I've penned 2 for the show, especially, and they are being world premiered here this morning. Thanks to you guys. There's one that is specifically about all of you, which is the light-hearted one, and I'll leave that until perhaps I've finished the first one, which is a bit more serious. And they're both called, funnily enough, Postcard from Tenerife.
Oh,
And there's a bit of a preamble. As I say, both written especially for you guys. Now, Postcard from Tenerife, there's the name. Like a lot of parents, my mum and dad plotted their grown-up children's journey around the world by sticking up postcards from home on the downstairs toilet wall.
Nice.
It's partly geography, it's partly social history, and it's literally an A to Z of our travels. I think my sister started in Aberystwyth, and I ended up in Zanzibar. But if you follow the postcard path on the downstairs toilet wall, there's a bit of a gap, or I should say, rather than a gap, it ends abruptly down by the U-bend. And that's because the sticker up in chief, my dad, died rather abruptly and couldn't stick them up anymore. And shortly after that, don't get too concerned, shortly after that, the tradition of sending postcards died as well. Because
Right.
let's face it, or let's Facebook it, #holiday is a whole lot easier than trying to find a stamp and a post box and a postcard that is not too saucy to send to your parents. Trouble is, of course, that my mum, who's left behind, like many women of her generation, doesn't do social media. Putting on my inner Matt's voice now, they'd have called it wrinkly Facebook if it was meant for grown-ups.
Did you do a Monty Python voiceover? He's a very naughty boy.
Called it wrinkly Facebook if it was meant for us grown-ups. So we were all laughing when she said that, and then a couple of years later, the smile was wiped off everybody's face because she started suffering from dementia.
Oy.
But she's still with us. Her name is Sheila, and I'll be seeing her later today. And this postcard is from her.
Go for it.
So here we go. Dear Mum, wish you were here. El Medano reminds me of Swanage. Sand, sea, sunshine, taut, salty skin. The tide of geographical time turning as the waves wash in and out and in. But then these days, everywhere reminds me of Swanage. Wish you were here. In that jumper, I'd now give anything to possess. Dad playing on the beach, you camera shy, just out of reach. A pair of empty sandals in the cradle of the deck chair. There, but not there. How I wish you were here, dear Mum.
Oh, so good.
Wow. You need to put that in the chat because that's lovely later on. Just if you could put that into our chat later on, not just now. And you've got one now that you've wrecked us and got us all close to tears.
Now I've sucked all of the energy from Baratonia for at least.
Yes, exactly. Now that we've got one listener left.
Let's have
Look,
that
I
one
don't
and keep
just
it.
write heavy shit, okay?
Okay. So you've done another one is it about the show? About us? Is
It's
that what you said?
about the show, yeah. I
Crikey.
couldn't resist because, you know, you're a friendly bunch.
Yeah.
This one it starts in a similar vein. Dear Mum, wish you were here. You'd love Burritonia. Will couldn't make it, so I'm here with Antonia. Eric's the rep. He's a right tam-o shanter with a fella called Matt, who's a bit of a ranter. Then there's a woman called Van extraordinaire, and Simon and Craig with a chin full of hair. Day 2. The sun's been quite strong, so Eric's turned pink, and Matt's prone to whinging, so he's kicked up a stink. And Van's poured a glass of Canarian wine, though it's barely past breakfast and hasn't struck 9. Now Simon's got factoids, he can't get the cream, and Craig's knitting his beard like he's lost in a dream. Antonia's mouthing a mysterious word, and from Will, only silence. Nothing's been heard.
Oh man,
That was
fantastic!
outstanding.
Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And we didn't know what you were going to say. You just said I'm going to write something special. Yeah, very cool.
Brilliant.
You are very cool. So
Super.
you're now a full-on Burritonian. That's it.
Loved that.
That's
Richard.
I need to put it there.
Put it there. Yeah, just absolutely. Thank you so much for that. You're coming home today, right, after a lovely week's holiday.
Yeah, back.
And I don't think it's the last we're going to hear from you, sir. That was truly fantastic. Will, your jacket's on a shaky nail.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Safe trip home, and we'll catch up with you later.
Thank you. Brilliant show, guys. Thank you so
That was
much.
See you
brilliant.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye,
So now
lovely.
we have a super sub.
How cool was that? That
Loved
was very cool, wasn't it?
Really good.
Should we give away some beer or give away some drinks?
I think we should.
I think we should. So every week we give away a drinks token for 4 drinks to go to have a nice party for yourself in the OGV tap room. It's really easy. If you type in OGV tap room right now, Oscar Golf Victor tap room, we're going to play a song, and we'd like you to put Oscar Golf Victor OGV tap room, the name of the artist, the name of the song. And it's really simple. It's about travel, and we're just going to go in. And it's what we're going to do. The third one, right? Vanessa, you're on it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hi, Jeff. The third winner, OGV Tap Room. Name of the track, name of the artist.
I've been to Ellen back, Jeff. There's a dad joke for you.
Just coughing over him.
Call it a clue.
That was splendid bardage from Richard, wasn't it?
Right, Andrew. No,
Andrew's first.
no, because it's not the.
No, it's not.
It's not the drifters.
It's not the Drifters.
It's close.
Connolly's first.
Yeah.
Andrew Connolly's in first with the correct answer. So just copy
Copy
Andrew if
Andrew.
you don't know what it is. Jay Smith is in second.
When,
The winner of the beer is Scott Petrie. Let's have a look.
no, because it's Bill Scott.
It's not Billy Ocean.
I think it's Andy.
I think it's Andy.
Griffiths.
It's Andy Griffiths. The OGV Tap Room, local down in Acapulco, 4 tops. Fantastic.
And
We're
he
going to be
can actually-
sending a drinks voucher to the lovely
He can
Andy.
actually go into the OGV tap room as well because he's a local lad.
He's a local lad, and I think you'll have a lovely time. You can change that for coffee, beer, cocktails. He might even be able to, if there's a band on that night, do a deal with them on a ticket to go and see that band because Dan and Kenny are very flexible chaps. So well done, Andy. Congratulations. Stick with us. We've got a £100 Amazon voucher that's available to anyone in this chat right now coming to us, courtesy of the lovely Michael Scott at MPW Accountants. Not an Argos voucher, as I keep saying. It's an Amazon
It's not
voucher.
Woolworths, it's not Argos, it's not CNA.
Will
Absolutely.
some sponsor just stump up an Argos voucher so Eric
Yeah,
can get
please,
it
someone
right at least
stump
one
up an Argos voucher, will you? This is a well-requested tune. So, songs that you like on the beach. We asked songs that remind you of holidays, songs that you like playing in the car.
On the way to the airport.
Penny Tyler, you better be dancing. So picture the scene. A couple of years ago, before lockdown, BC, Sarah and I flew into Oslo, hired a car, and drove to Hemsedal to go skiing in Norway. It was like a 3-hour drive from from Oslo to Hemsedal. And when we pulled out of Oslo and we got into the countryside, we started to see like a dusting of snow over the countryside, and then it got thicker and thicker and thicker as we were getting towards the ski centre that is Hemsedal. All the way there, we played this band, and this song in particular we played on repeat. I'm just gonna let it play for a little second. No prizes, but does anyone know who this is? No.
Well, I do, because you told me the other day. I've forgotten.
My money's on Kilo or Leicester or Ross Jolly in the audience about this one, or Andy Griffiths. I think we'd get this too. Graham Dallas too. So we played this end to end all the way up to Hemsedal, and it was a fantastic holiday experience. And this is Cemented.
I don't know it.
It's There by Radiohead. Well done.
Yeah, Andrew got it.
Wow.
So we've got more tunes to come. More tunes to come. Right now, at this point of the show, it's time that we got a bit of a story on from the legend that is Craig Allen. Tell us a story, Craig. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we?
Oh, superb. All the better for seeing you.
What a recovery, incidentally. You should be a paramedic. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Well, if I was a paramedic, I'd be useless because none of my tools would work. There was no power in the car, in the house. My goodness, sweating.
I'm a dyed-in-the-wool proud Burritonian, but I've rarely been prouder than I was this morning at your actions. Fantastic. Well done.
My goodness me.
Sounds like a
Hey,
proud
we might not be out of the woods yet, so get your story in quick because we might be away any second.
Listen, are we actually seriously going to invite Will back?
I don't know. It was so good, wasn't it?
No,
So good.
He's going to have to say something in French to actually redeem himself.
I think so. French
please don't-
poetry.
Please don't encourage him.
Everyone who doesn't, I don't know why you wouldn't know him, but this is the brilliant Craig Allen. Say good morning and say hi. This is the point of the show. Tell us a story, Craig. Craig is a legendary storyteller, and the world's about storytelling, right? Craig, have you got a story for us today, or are you doing something different?
No, I'm going to tell you a story, and it is to do with holidays and travel, and it's about three couples who have all been on holiday previously to Brazil. One of the couples is in their 60s, one of the couples is in their 40s, and one of the couples is in their 20s. They fell in love with Brazil, and in particular, a local church, and the father or priest that they met there made them feel very welcome, and so they decided that when they were going to get married, they wanted to get married in his church by that priest. So the priest calls each of them in for a meeting, and he talks to them about their time together and how long they've been together, etc. And very quickly he learns that they're all getting married in a bit of a rush for one reason or another, and he's not really very comfortable with this. So he asks each of the couples that they come back to see him in 1 month's time, and if they still want to get married, then he'll marry them. But the one caveat that he put on that month was that for the entire month, they must remain celibate. And so all three couples accept it. And so 1 month later, the older couple in their 60s turn up, and the priest welcomes them back into his church, and he says, "You've had another month to spend with each other. Are you still in love, and do you still wish to get married?" And they say,
Matt, it's time to get up.
1 minute, I need to take this.
Go on, Craig. Oh, lovely. Just go on.
so he asked them if they still wish to get married, and they said, "Of course we do. We're dying to get married, Father." He said, "And I asked that you both remain celibate during this month. Have you managed to do that?" And they said, "Oh yes, Father, it was no problem." He said, "In that case, welcome to my church, and I will be proud to marry you." So they went away delighted. The next couple came in, which was the middle couple in their 40s, and they asked them the same question. You've had another month to spend together. Do you still love each other, and do you still wish to get married? And they said, oh yes, Father, we love each other very much. He said, and I asked that you remain celibate during that month. Have you managed to do that? And they said, well, to be honest, Father, it was very difficult, but we encouraged each other all the way through, and yes, we've managed to remain celibate. He said, well, in that case, welcome to my church. I will be very proud to marry you. And off they go, absolutely delighted. Then it was the young couple in their 20s, and in they come, and he said, okay, so I asked you to spend another month together. How has that been? And do you still love each other? And do you still wish to get married? And they went, oh yes, Father, more so than ever. We still love each other very much. He said, good. And I asked that you remain celibate for the entire month. Have you managed to do that? And the boyfriend said, oh, Father, we were doing so well. We were supporting each other and helping each other all the way through. And then 2 days ago, we broke down and failed. I'm sorry, we didn't manage to do it. And the priest goes, oh my goodness, what happened? He said, well, my girlfriend was reaching up to lift down a packet of cornflakes. And as she did so, it slipped out of her hand and the contents fell all over the floor. And as she bent down, Father, to pick them up, I simply couldn't help myself. And that's when it happened. The father says, oh my God. He said, well, I hate to have to do this, but I'm sorry, you're no longer welcome in my church. And the boyfriend looks at him and he said, it's okay, Father. To be honest, we're no longer welcome in the supermarket either.
Well, I thought at one point this might be our last ever show. We might be losing our license. Beautifully delivered, and yeah, absolutely great to see the love coming in for Craig as usual. Great to see Louise Woods back for the first time in a long time. Former sponsor of the show, absolutely. And we've got sponsors everywhere of the show. There's Jeff Mountain from OGV, OGV, Ocean Marine Group. My goodness, the stress of the blackout is getting to me. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely fantastic story today. Loved that. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, and have a great day, Burritonia.
And we will see you soon, sir. See you soon.
Well done.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Bye, lovely. Oh my
There's
God.
the other king of the storytellers, James Marlington, just loving all the stories. Fantastic. Couldn't be the same without a bit of Jim. Did I ever tell you that I met Jim Kerr?
No, you've not mentioned it before.
Yeah, I met Jim.
Did you?
We're very close.
That's besties.
And this song is called I Travel. So, yeah, last night, Tiba Begeman from Esbjerg was at a show, a first concert in a while, and she sent us a little note saying that she was going to see this band, Mew, not Muse.
Wow. I've not heard of them. Okay.
So I thought I'd play them because I've started listening to them and they're pretty damn good. So we're playing this as a little bit of a tribute. So we've got loads of tunes coming up. Thought I'd get a bit of this. This is a favourite in the Doyle household.
Ese guitarrito roto, yo sentí como crujía antes de caerse al suelo.
So remember, we've got some good features coming up. Remember to stick with us to the end of the show for that £100 Amazon voucher from Michael Scott. Amazon. But for the moment, it's time to get into it. I know I need a drink. It's time for. I'm just going to sit back and relax at this point, right?
Chill out. I'm here.
It is. It's Thirsty Thursdays with the social sommelier that is Vanessa Gartell. How are you today?
Yeah. How am I today? It's been we're all super fine, thank you.
We're all super fine.
We're all holding it together, and this week we're travelling to a place that I used to call home. So with the theme of travel, we are going to the south of France, which
Not Bognor Regis then.
No, not Bognor. No, and I don't think I've ever called that home. But we're going to the south of France, and this was for me an amazing period in my life, and this was when I really, really got into rosés. And we're doing a wine from one of my most favourite Provençal winemakers who make a beautiful, beautiful sparkling rosé, and it's made using a method called the Charmat. The Charmat method is basically a sparkling wine process, and it traps all the bubbles into these great big stainless steel tanks, and that's how you make Prosecco, just as a little additional fact there. So this particular one has won, I have to read this out properly because it has won a silver medal at the Drinks Business Global Sparkling Masters Awards. Silver medal for that, which is massive, in 2020. This is all about travel, sunshine, like indulgent brunches, celebrations. It's also a lovely, lovely one for Valentine's Day. And I'm just putting that out there, gentlemen and ladies. It is It's Valentine's Day, darling, on Monday.
That's a very subtle hint. It's a very subtle hint.
Subtle.
I like that. Beautiful.
Dropping them left, right, and centre, but I don't think that's going to happen. So let's have a little look. Bear with. We are doing this. Hopefully, I've sorted out my screen mirroring from last week. We are doing that. Can you see that? Hang on. There you go. So we are doing
Mirabeau. Looks beautiful.
Sparkling rosé, and that is from Provence in the south of France. It's absolutely beautiful and is award winning. And in the glass, sorry, everything's a little bit precarious. I've got glasses, bottles, microphones, all the rest of it, but I think we're doing okay. So in the glass,
That looks like a party. That looks like a party in a glass.
It's so delicate. It's so pretty. This glistens for me. You know, like when you're on holiday and you see sort of like the sun on the sea and it's all dancing around like little gems and little diamonds on like the lovely ocean. That's what that is. That glistens. It's a beautiful, beautiful pale pink. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it. On the nose, this is the south of France. This is like classic Provençal rosé for me. There's lovely apricots, there's melons, there's passion fruit, there's nice grapefruit going on. It's beautiful. Eric, I'll have an extra large sip for your good self. For your
Thank you.
For coping with the power.
Don't worry about it. I've just gone straight onto the hooch.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Moonshine.
You pulled yourself a bigger glass.
Is that the kind of glass you would recommend? Is that shape of glass? Is that for a reason, or is that just a decorative thing? I don't know anything about this. So.
No, so champagne flutes are there for a reason, and you need to have the narrow neck of a champagne flute to keep the bubbles in. When you have it in a bigger glass, there's more sort of area for the bubbles to disperse, and the sparkles can go flatter quicker, and that's why you drink out of a champagne flute, a narrow necks like that to keep those bubbles in. So anyway, on the palate. On the palate.
822. That might be a recent record. 822, and she's smashing into the Mirabeau.
This is so classy. This is so pretty. Strawberries, raspberries, really delicate. There's a lovely crisp acidity on it. It's absolutely charming. So for Valentine's Day, for celebrations, for things in the sun, it's just one of my absolute favourites. It's £14. And for the quality that you get, it's absolutely outstanding. You can get that in Tesco's, Waitrose Cellar, Majestic Wine, and you can also buy it directly through the Mirabeau website. It's absolutely lovely. So, bon vacances.
Can you buy it on Amazon? Can you buy it through Amazon? Because you could spend your vouchers on it later. Do you know when you hold that glass up to the screen, it turns your face upside down?
No, it doesn't.
That was the very splendid, and thank you so much for doing it. That was the Thirsty Thursdays this week. Thank you so much. I think it looks lovely, and I've got a bit of a reputation in our friends circle because I'm the one that always suggests opening prosecco and sparkling wine and stuff like that. So while my friends are opening Guinness and things like that, I'm like, can we not just have a little bottle of fizz just to start the party off? I love that.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the guy that will always suggest, why don't we get a little bottle of fizz just to start proceedings off? So that looks like a cracker. Thank you so much. Brilliant.
Scottish sommelier.
A Scottish sommelier, yeah, without a doubt. Thank you so much to Scott for putting the link in there and all of the feedback there to what's that saying? So 7 bottles of that for £100 Amazon voucher. Yes, without a doubt. Michael Scott could be contributing to everyone's wine cellars. Yeah, brilliant. Cheers,
That's
everyone.
nice as well.
Thank you for that. We are going to crack on, but let's have some more holiday tunes. All of these were requested. This one's for Antonia Brickell.
Very good point.
Superb tune.
Absolutely brilliant tune. So this makes Antonia think about holidays and travelling.
I should actually play this when we did a road trip in California from LA all the way to San Francisco and then did Leicester and Malibu. We were like,
fantastic tune, Mon the Chili's, absolutely Mon the Chili's. This was from Ian Gove and a couple of other people, and it's actually on the Doyle's travel playlist as well. This is big news. Love it. Vanessa likes it.
I do.
What a tune!
It was awesome.
Finally, I'm chilling out about this show.
I know, now you're like, I'm enjoying myself.
It's been one of those.
Nathan, singing. Absolutely. And one more. I love this.
Reminds me of great.
See, we were kind of late to start the show, so we owe people a bit more of a show because I think this one's going to crack on a little bit. That's all right. No drama, as Chris Fleming would say from Cyberhawk. Right, moving on. It's time for some facts. Antonia Brickell, messing about in the chat in there. You should be in this green room. You should be like to the wire.
Don't cause any more stress for Eric.
No, it's all right. We're
used to be
all right.
a program called
Absolutely.
Stress Eric.
It's time for our resident fact meister. It's time for It's a Matter of Fact with Simon Wells. Hello, Simon. How are you?
Good morning, Burrito. How are you doing today?
Absolutely brilliant. Now we're getting into the groove of this.
Marvelous. I echo what Craig said earlier on. You've coped incredibly well so far. It's top.
Yeah,
notch.
absolutely. It can all go wrong at any second. So if you want to get your bit in, you probably better go for it.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah.
Rapid fact of the day.
In holiday spirit, I'm wearing my Route 66 shirt.
Nice.
I bought whilst on a little road trip through America several years ago.
Did you get your kicks?
I did get my kicks. Yeah. There's a little kick shop on Route. I sort of went in the shop and I said I'd like some kicks, please, because I'm on
kicks, please.
66.
On Route 66.
That'll be $66.
Oh, I see what you've done.
Nice. That's good, man. I like that.
The man with the voice like chocolate says
Wow.
says Richard Urage. Morning, Simon.
Well,
morning,
maybe
Simon.
maybe a Karamak bar, perhaps.
Maybe a Karamak. Yeah, I've got 5 pence. What can you get for 5 pence? That used to be the advert.
A toffee chew.
A toffee chew. What do you have for us today? Do you have a little jinglette? You'd like?
I have got a little jingle. Yeah, shall I play my little jingle?
Yeah.
Here we go. Fact of the day.
Ah, it's just beautiful. Comforting to me.
That's like Matt's favourite part of the week, isn't it? That ping going off.
That's
Beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Weekend can start now.
Yes. Weekend can start. Ping. So, fact for today is obviously about travel. We're all talking about travel. This fact is about the first ever commercial air flight. and I was sort of kind of thinking of Matt when I was writing this because he's a bit of an aviation expert. So if you already know the answer to this, Matt, don't say it. Can anyone guess when was the first ever commercial air flight?
Oh, commercial air flight.
Yes, paid
Well, this is-
passengers.
Well,
On
this
a
is going to
plane.
be, I guess we're supposed to think 30s, 40s, but it's
Yeah,
going to be.
I would have said.
That's what I would have said as well. Yeah, 1914.
What?
Yep,
Wow.
just before the First World War. So sort of back in the days when planes were sort of made out of spruce wood and canvas and that kind of era. So there was a chap called Percival Fansler who worked for a diesel engine manufacturing company, and this was all happening in America, I should say. This happened in Florida. The first flight was in Florida in 1914. This chap, Percival Fansler, got in touch with Thomas Benoit, who was an experienced aircraft designer and builder. And specifically, he built airboats, which, as I understand it, are planes that sort of land and take off on water. And Fansler suggested to Benoit, why don't we try and make some money out of this? Why don't we see if we can actually get someone to pay to go in the plane as a passenger, and we'll take your Benoit 14 airboat across Tampa Bay from St. Petersburg to Tampa with just one passenger because it's quite small, and we'll make a buck out of it. That journey from St. Petersburg to Tampa at the time took 2 hours by steamboat, up to 12 hours by train, or 20 hours by car, which obviously were quite slow at the time. This flight was going to take only 20 minutes. It was, the first great commuter scheme. They got in a pilot called Tony Janis, who was an experienced test pilot, renowned daredevil, ladies' man, etc. They got him to sort of join their charter and do these flights. They auctioned the first ticket because it was such a novelty. Who's going to be the first paid passenger on this new scheme? So they had this auction. There were 3,000 spectators. There was music. There was a parade. It was all really, really flamboyant. A local businessman named Abram Fail, who actually ended up being the mayor of St. Petersburg a few years later. Don't know whether that was connected. He won the bid. He placed the highest bid for this first ticket of $400, which in today's money is about 10 grand.
Wow.
So not cheap.
No.
And the trip went so well, they started making it a commercial thing. They did 2 flights a day, 6 days a week. Obviously, as I say, only one passenger at a time. So not the hugest number of people were taking advantage of this. But it became really popular. Then as the sort of time went on, the winter months came in, things got a bit chilly. The plane was open, it's not an entirely comfortable experience. It sort of waned off a bit, and after 4 months, the whole venture closed down, and that was the end of that. But I just thought it was fascinating that all of this happened all that time ago, before even the First World War.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely.
It's ridiculous. And bonus fact, how we like a bonus fact here, Tony Janis, the pilot, he ended up being a military flight instructor during the First World War. He tested out airplane-mounted machine guns and trained loads of people on the Allied side to fly planes. He was training Russian pilots to fly one day in 1916. Sadly, he crashed into the Black Sea and his body was never recovered. I know, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There's my fact for the day.
We love your facts, don't we? The facts
Good.
are
I'm glad.
facts are awesome.
Didn't
I
know
like
any-
making them.
Superb.
It's fascinating.
Brilliant stuff. Have a
Thank you so
fantastic day, sir, and we will
You too.
catch you next week. See you later.
Thanks.
Chokes away.
Chops away, Biffo.
I like the description of the test pilot. He was a ladies' man, and
That's really
I could just imagine Thomas, you are bound in a cad, and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I shall see you on the back of the hangar. Yes, without a doubt. Just before we go into something, I've got a little something. Just going to let that play for a little while. Last week we put up that Andrew Slesser and Barry Kilo, 2 hardcore Burritonians, had changed their profiles to include that they were hardcore Burritonians.
Yes.
It's happening again. It's happening all over the place. Check this out. Andrew Connolly, check out that. Andrew Connolly, long-time Burritonian, prize winner a couple of weeks ago, and put up a post about being in the OGV tap room, showing that the voucher system actually does work. Product manager, engineer, sales, BDV, podcaster, dad, husband, handy Andy, Burritonian, not necessarily in that order, but it doesn't stop there.
Go on,
Adam Underwood, we know Adam, right, from the Larder. He's been on the show plenty of times. Check that one out. Often found bobbing about in a loch, on a golf course, or watching the NFL. Love my job as an employer. Blah, 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 blah. Proud Burritonian. In the headline.
Adam. I love this. People including it in their LinkedIn headlines. That's fabulous.
Almost
So we
like
have-
suffragettes.
It's like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. People are aligning themselves with this little show, and thank you so much. So we've got a bit of a backlog, you see, at Crux Towers, and we've got about 14 mugs to send out. They're going out this weekend, I promise. So
Has Simon got his yet?
don't mention that because we haven't got one for Simon, but yes, we do. Yes, no, we don't.
It's on its way.
It's on its way, definitely on its way. It's in the check's in the mail. Yes, there's one going to Simon without a doubt. So that's a Burritonian update. Let's have some more tunes.
Yeah, go on then.
You know what to do at this point. It's over to you, Burritonians.
Took a bite out of a mountain range. Thought my teeth would break the mountain bed. Let's go.
Good coffee.
Badges, that's a good idea.
Took a drink out of the ocean high. Treading water before it dry. Let's dive.
Boss is in.
Checking in.
On the Biff, number 1, 2, 3.
That's what we ought to get.
Everyone stand up.
Persuade people to get Mon the Biff in their headline.
Yeah, we might get that on the next
Burritonian Mon the Biff.
Mon the Biff, Mon the Biff, Mon the Biff, Mon the Biff. Oh, that's right.
Paul's taking a bit of time to be converted
Paul's
the
not
Biff.
feeling the Biff.
That's okay.
And Richard's the same. Now would be a good time for a power cut. He's not feeling the... Come on, Richard. Come on.
Richard's going to come around and just pull out
It's
the
a
plug.
Scottish thing.
So here, just let's put it out to the troops here. On our next set of mugs that we're going to have printed, in the little gap here, we're going to have a message. Should it be, what's the point? Or Mon the Biff?
Oh, that's a good one. That's quite divisive,
Yeah.
that.
Jay as well. Jay, what is it with Jay? My goodness, you guys over at Ocean Marine Group, non the Biff, don't get them. What? You and I have been at a concert together, man. We went to see Ride together.
Mon the Biff and Mon the Biff. They're two separate groups.
So in this space, should we have what's the point or Mon the Biff? What is the most relevant thing we should have printed in there? You guys tell us. All right, Mon the Biff. What's the point?
What's the point?
Oh,
What's
just
the
you
point?
tell us. Talking about what's the point? It's our
Or
next
just
feature.
pin.
What's that? Ping. Ping's
Yeah.
another good one. It should be I've met Jim Kerr.
Yeah.
According to Graham. But listen, talking about what's the point, maybe I've weighted this towards what's the point, but it's that time of the show when we start to talk about what's the point. So anyone join in. If you're in there, what's the point of anything you don't understand? Like, for example, Matthew Pybus, what's the point of...
Telling my wife not to call when the burrito's on, then she rings me up.
Right, and then sends 40 texts.
Yeah.
So what's
It's
the point of that?
something to
Exactly.
do with four-wheel drives and snow and,
Right,
and,
okay, fair
and,
enough.
and farriers.
Vanessa Gartell, what's the point of?
Boris Johnson doing a cabinet reshuffle because you're just moving the same around into different positions.
Shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic, as Tim Hughes would say.
Quite. That's exactly
Absolutely. Mine, you'll either have seen this in the news or not, and I'm just going to leave it at this. What is the point? Kurt Zuma. What is the point? What is the point of that? Just check it out. Type his name into Google. Kurt Zuma. What was the point of that?
You've
I'll
got to
leave it
think
at that.
about what's the point of people, haven't you?
Well, it's for this time. For this time, it's what's the point of actions? It's what he did. It's like Kurt Zuma. For goodness
100%
sake,
agree with that.
what's that all about? Simon Wells, what's the point?
What is the point of me making all these silly jingles if I don't play them once in a while?
Fact of the day.
Wrong one.
Right?
What is the point?
Oh, a different
Very
thing.
good, very topical.
There you
Like
go.
that, Simon. Thank you, brilliant. Andy Griffith says, what is the point of Premier League footballers having pets? Yeah, exactly. That's the Kurt Zuma thing. Yes,
Yeah,
big time.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Raging with that. And don't want any harm to come to the guy. Don't want any drama come to the guy. But you can't be doing that. It's wrong.
No.
It's absolutely
Please.
fundamentally wrong.
Well,
West Ham season ticket holder here. Yeah, the West Ham fans. I was speaking to a West Ham fan last night. Are furious.
Yes.
Furious. Absolutely furious.
That's actually a very good point this week from you, Eric. That is
Totally.
Yeah.
What is the point in the Brits? Says Adam Underwood. Just absolutely. What is the point in the Brits? Anybody else? Craig Allen. What is the point of?
Well, I was going to say mobile phones and meetings, but Zuma has actually trumped mine. I would like to spend 10 minutes with that man.
Just in a private room.
Yes.
Yes.
Just for a chat.
It's
Maybe I give him a chess.
Yeah,
Pour him a
because
cup of- would you like a cup of tea?
I like football as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can chat about football and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. What's the point? Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. Thank you. Craig, we'll bring him back. What were you going to say?
Sorry, mobile phones and meetings, there's no place for them ever. No excuse. Never have a mobile phone in a meeting. It's unprofessional.
Would you say this was a meeting, Craig?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Yeah,
Yes.
So would I.
I say this is have a go at Matt Day, is it?
Thank you, Craig.
Sometimes I have to take it.
I know.
No
we know.
more than a LinkedIn live stream. That kind
To
of
be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
to be honest, we were talking about professionals. Come on.
I know, exactly.
That's right. I'm not in that
we will
category,
leave it there. We will leave it there. Thank you so much. We need to crack on.
We do.
It is time to bring on our resident holiday expert. Let's get some holiday style funky music on. Ready for this? This is Word of the Week with Antonia Brickell.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Where are we going?
You got your euros. You got your
Got my
euros.
passport. Got my maracas.
You got a traveller's
Ready?
checks.
Yes, got them all. Let's go.
Do you remember traveller's checks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget to bring a stuffed donkey back.
Hang on. 1 second.
People coming with us.
What's the point in having dogs
What's the point
in
in
a
having
room? This is
Oh, hang on.
that wasn't in.
Now, come on.
Welcome to Antonia's World of Chaos.
Yeah.
Cheek.
We should have a
Antonia,
news blog.
Antonia, we've got a bit of a time
Okay.
crisis because we had a bit of a
Right.
power cut. So for those who
Right,
don't
so
know,
we
this
need-
is Antonia's slot. This is Word of the Week where you try and fox us with your fancy words. What do you have for us this week?
Okay, if you manage to get the word of the week into a post, some brilliantly creative numbers over the last few weeks, and they keep coming. This burrito mug, what's the point, will be yours. Subtle, that one. That's what I'd say would be on the mug. What's the point? Brilliant. Love it. Okay, so the word of the week is risfibar. Risfibar. Okay? Is risfibar. So you have to come up with the right definition. I have 3 options for you to choose.
Risfibar.
Risfibar. So it's Resfeber.
Wow.
So Resfeber. And to get that kind of travel feel, I got this papyrus in Egypt, by the way. It's
Oh, very
all
nice.
all the gods of Egypt. So I just thought I'd bring that up.
That's lovely.
Okay, so Risfibar. So we're thinking travel theme here. Is it A, your favourite spot, the ideal holiday destination where you feel really at home? You know, the place where you feel your absolute self. Sounds like absolute heaven. The holiday.
Right. When we going?
Yeah, exactly. So is that Risfibar? That feeling of just, I have arrived. Okay, so that's A. Or is it B? Risfibar is a desire to change your life, that feeling that pushes you to travel, that usually happens during soul-searching and breathtaking experiences. You know, when you just want to break free from your current routine and get holidaying. You know, that urge to change your lifestyle.
James is asking if it's a Risfibar. Someone telling fibs about Rees-Mogg. I love that. I love that.
Standing.
He could do that
Right.
himself, can't he?
Okay, a desire to change.
Right. C. It's the tangled feeling of excitement the day before you go away. You know, the butterflies on steroids, I'd like to call it. You know, just before the journey begins, that road trip. So I was feeling so much Reese last night, I just couldn't sleep.
Oh,
Which we use quite a lot in this house. That's that's
I
a word.
like that.
Yeah,
That's a great
absolutely.
one.
Absolutely.
I'm
So,
with Darren on that.
Burritonians, pile in. Is it A, B, or C? Is it the feeling of I've arrived, the desire to change, or the excitement before a trip? Oh, I think you've been caught out.
Unanimous C here.
I think you've been caught out. It's
I
just
think that's
C after C
Apart
after C.
from Darren, he always comes in with B. Even when
You're busted. You're busted,
I'm
Raquel.
seriously busted. Yeah,
You're
its origin is Swedish. It is C, and it's Risfeber spelt. Can you get it into the post? So Resfeber. So that feeling the night before holiday when you find it's, you know, I often get this if I'm about to go on a flight. I don't know about you. You know, that kind of trepidation.
Yeah,
The
totally.
butterflies, the kind of excitement, but you're kind of woo. So that is Risfeber. Can you get it into a post? If you can, one of
those will come
is
through the
yours.
post. And we do. If you have one and you've done this already, we haven't forgotten about you. There's just been there's a 17-year-old who's been grumpy about doing it, and he said, "I've got other things to do. I've got uni stuff to do. I've got yeah."
He's
Yeah,
a busy man. What can you say?
Get the boxes done. Get the boxes done. So so they are coming. Hey, the sponsor's here, Michael Scott. So he got it
Michael,
right
you're
too.
brilliant.
And we'll be hearing more about Michael in a second. And Luke,
Proper
from
spelling.
Denmark, with the Danish spelling.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah,
you are
big time.
good.
You are absolutely good. We are going to have to cut this one a little bit short, but we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for everything, and what a brilliant start. Enjoy your holiday.
Thanks very much. I'm off. Where's
You're
my
off.
maracas? Billy, I can't believe Billy's timing. Honestly,
Billy's
that
perfect.
dog.
Billy's perfect. See you soon. Thank you so much. Bye,
Well
Billy.
done for the
Well done.
Wi-Fi. Well done.
Bye, lovely Antonia. Oh, she's good, isn't she? That was a good one.
We're still having a tune. Matthew,
This is
Yes.
conversion.
you're ending the show before we go into the grand prize draw. You're going to rant it up. Do you want to give us your rant for this week?
I can do that. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sort of. Let me just. I'm capless, so I'm just going to have to put my skiing hat on again.
I like it.
So if you're okay with that, guys. So right, travel related. I'm spending quite a bit of time on trains at the moment, going up and down between England and Scotland. It's a good opportunity though to get some work done, assuming the Wi-Fi is working. There's a what's the point in that somewhere. So right, I sit down to do a stretch of work on the longest journey. There's a couple of changes, but I'm inundated with people who want to share their conversations with the world. So why do people insist on having their phone on speaker, hold it about 6 inches from their chin, like so, shout into it and have a conversation with the whole carriage? Okay, so no, Bert, I don't want to know what cream you use on that ailment. I'm 51. I don't want a glimpse into the future, thank you very much, and you've just put me off my yoghurt. It's not limited, though, to the hard of hearing. Retired folk, it's them young uns too. So Stacey got to first base with Tony, and they're going out again on Saturday down to the Roxy. But before she's met with them, before that, she's going to meet with her mates and preload with some vodka-based chemical concoction. I don't want to know. I've got a headache.
Stacey and Tony are going to the Roxy. Were you on a train in the 1950s?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still there, mate. I'm stuck in it. So
You realise there's a touch of irony about this whole thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah,
Ironing.
Yeah.
So I've got a headache now. By that time, the train stops and on gets another group that are squandering their teenage years. One of them is playing their Spotify playlist of thumping noise. So I don't think it's cool. I don't think the music's great. If I knew how to set up Spotify, I'd get you back with Sultans of Swing at half volume, or maybe I'll burst your eardrums with a bit of Kiss or Aerosmith. Yeah, bad boy. Let's see how you like them apples. No, apple is a fruit as well as a phone, you muppet. You know, fruit, that stuff that's not crisps or chocolate or fizz. Anyway, keep the noise down, keep it to yourself, or I might just introduce your phone to the blue goldfish. That's it.
Right. Okay. Are we giving him a thumbs up? So is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down for this?
I think there might be a lot of agreement with that.
Yeah. Noisy phone calls and music and stuff being played. Are we giving him a thumbs up or a thumbs down for that, Boratonia?
Matt.
Totally agree, Matt. People are saying totally agree from Debbie Radford. Yeah, I think you've got totally agree, Matt, from Sarah. Yeah, you're getting love for that one. We'll give you that one.
Good. I love that one.
But there is a touch of irony about phones interrupting things. It's beautiful in its irony. Beautiful. Andrew Connolly agrees. Yeah, big time. Elaine agrees. Yeah, you've got a full suite.
Yeah.
You've got a full suite.
So
one more tune before we. This was a big holiday tune. It was recommended and suggested a lot.
Excellent.
The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow.
Right, we're into the last
Penny's comment.
Whose comment? Penny's comment.
Penny, wash your mouth out.
Penny, where is she? Where is it? Where's it going?
Tyler, in amongst all those thumbs.
There it is there. Yeah, okay. We know where Penny stands on the subject.
Penny's.
No messing about there.
I've got a slot as a guest ranter very soon. I could do with you coming on, Penny.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's the mad scientist is in good form this morning. Right, okay. We're into the final segment of the show. Sorry we're a bit late, but stick with us. You can win £100 Amazon voucher from MPW Accountants. That's our main sponsor this week.
Eric, just really quickly, I know we're time poor, darling, but I just want to check. That is the MPW accountant whose role is to become the financial partner to your business. They will discuss and gain an understanding of all aspects of your business, from current operations and processes to future plans and development. They will support your vision, work with you to reach certain goals, and guide you through the financial aspects of increased efficiency and growth. Is that them?
How do you do this? How do you just do this off the top of your head? That is incredible. Yes, it's that MPW accountant. It's Michael Scott that does all of that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Right. So, sorry?
What she said.
What she said, yeah, exactly. Really simple. Type in MPW, Mike Papa Whiskey. Not the one that
Scotsman.
Mike Papa Whiskey. Accountants, MPW accountants. Get that loaded. We need the name of the tune. We need the artist and the film that this is associated with. And please, whoever is the god of LinkedIn Live, please allow it to be someone new. New. Yeah. Nathan, Penny, all these new people that are here, get in before Kilo, Slesser, Petri.
Terry.
Come on.
I've seen Terry today, actually.
Terry's not here today.
Terry's not here, so you've got a chance. It's a window, an opportunity.
Pick a number between 1 and 5.
As well. I
Pick
think
a number.
Second.
Second. So it's the second answer to get this right.
Yeah.
So we're looking for MPW accountants. Get that in now. The name of the song, the name of the track, and the film it's associated with. All right?
It's a good one. Ericson, turn it up.
It's a beauty.
Win it.
Team Blatt. MPW accountants. Name of the track. Name of the artist. Name of the film. Second answer.
Cargo pants on and a little.
Yeah, Timberlands.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One fighting.
Oh God, he's typing fast.
Fire Shores. Yeah. Oh. Is it Andrew?
The first one that was in was Ian. Ian Gove was first.
And I think it's Andrew.
Second one in, MPW accountants, all say it's Pyre Shores, the beach. Are we going to be critical on that and say that that
I think
wasn't
we
the
know-
first
we-
one?
we
No, I
know
think
who
it's the
it
first
is.
one, isn't it? It's the first one. The
Yeah.
second one is Andrew Connolly, MPW Accountants, All Saints, Pure Shores, The Beach. Andrew Connolly, you are the winner of £100 Amazon voucher from the brilliant Michael Scott at MPW Accountants.
Very generous, Michael, and well done,
Absolutely.
Andrew.
Just imagine Andrew running around like this, going, "Yeah, I've won Argos voucher."
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
That was awesome.
Listen,
Well done.
thank you so much for everyone who entered. We're going to hook up the all the winners with their respective prizes. Thank you so much to everyone today. Thanks to Richard for coming on at short notice, to Simon,
Brilliant.
Craig, Antonia.
Yeah.
Thanks to OGV Taproom. Thanks to MPW Accountants and Michael Scott for the sponsoring the prizes. And thank you to you guys for turning up and sticking with us. This show was technically hampered today, but we got there in the end.
And
Thank you so much. Thank you
Bless
so much
you.
for being with us. We're just going to stay with this track and have a lovely Thursday, and we'll bring the rest of the team on.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
Have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Bon voyage. Half term next week.
Pooch is back.
Yay, half term. Cheerio, everyone.
Love Billy. Love Billy.
We do love Billy.
We ought to have a new slot, sort of create Antonia's chaos. or bait Billy. We could Billy.
What the dog doing?
Have a great Thursday, guys. See you
Oh,
soon. Bye.
bye.
Bye.